Hello, parents of intermediate students. This is Mr. Haslett. I'm trying a new form of communication with parents by doing a screencast instead of a newsletter. So let's give it a try, see how it goes. Just so you can mark your calendar on some upcoming events, you can always check the CPU Schools website for updated calendars. But we do have 30-minute late starts in the month of February every Wednesday. Valentine's Day parties are coming up. As of now, we have February 18th scheduled as no school for President's Day. We do have parent-teacher conferences coming up and spring break day right after those parent-teacher conferences on March 1st. Speaking of Valentine's Day, a couple things I wanted to mention is that I will be sending a memo home as part of this screencast, and we are going to allow Valentine's candy to be put into the Valentine's cards. So don't hesitate to go ahead and send candy with Valentine's cards. I know a lot of them come with candy. We will not have children eat the candy here at school. We will send that home with them. We also are going to continue with our party policy that all snacks that we have during our 3 parties during the school year need to be healthy snacks. I appreciate everyone following the birthday guidelines that we have put in place this school year. It seems like that has gone very well, so I appreciate everyone's cooperation with that. We do have a couple of assessments that are either in the process of doing or are coming up. The Iowa statewide assessment of student progress is taking over for the Iowa assessments that we all have done since we were young children. We are still learning about the new statewide assessment, and the main thing that we wanted to share right now is that will be done during the testing window in the month of April, and there will be more information coming as we learn more about the new assessment. Your children right now are in the process of finishing up, most have already done so, the fast reading and math assessments, which we do 3 times a year. It is a screening assessment just to kind of give us an idea of where children are at during this time of the year. And basically, if a child is below benchmark, it gives us an idea of whether we may want to dig a little deeper to see why they are not meeting benchmark, and give us some ideas of what we can do to try to help them meet benchmark at the next testing period, which will be in the spring. We do change our reading groups every 6 weeks, and so usually that falls right along the lines of when we do this universal screening. So we do use those assessments to help us make decisions on where children are going to be placed in their small group reading groups and their read time, the intervention that we do for 20 minutes each day. That brings me into the math intervention. We have not done math interventions in previous years, but we do have that scheduled this school year. It has taken us half the school year to get everything in place, but we do have a math win time, which the win stands for what I need. And we are putting that into place as soon as we start having some school. So we are all ready and set to go, but we have had a little difficulty implementing with all of our breaks that we've had with either late starts, early dismissals, or no school days. Just to go a little bit more detail about this math win time, we do use those fast screeners just to give us an idea of children that are not meeting benchmark. We did purchase a program called Bridges that is helping us to dig deeper. It does have a diagnostic assessment where we can find out where each child that did not meet that benchmark may be struggling. And And so once we're able to find that time or that area where that child needs some just enrichment, some extra work, we will make sure that we are hitting those areas. So we actually are going to be dividing children up into different classrooms, and there'll be a small group taking place for that 20 minutes for those children that need to fill those holes and gaps that they may have. A lot of it focuses on place value and concepts that for whatever reason they may have missed in earlier grade levels, just needs that extra support to fill those holes up so we can be able to do grade level content, and as long as children are able to do that grade level content, we'll continue to do that in the during the math time, during their hour math block. But this is just that extra time to help fill those holes and gaps from previous years. Want to give everyone a quick update on our school resource officer. If you haven't heard, that we do have a new school resource officer this school year. Her name is Kelly Hughes. Deputy Hughes is a Linn County deputy. During the 6 months or so that I have gotten to know Deputy Hughes more, I just have been very pleased with how proactive she is. She's been in the school very often. It seems like she's here at least a couple times a week, whether it's just to ask me how things are going or just to pop in and be visible in the school. Make sure she's getting through the hallways, into lunchroom, into classrooms, just saying hello to the kids and making sure that the children know that she's a person that's there to help them in situations that may come up. Deputy Hughes also has been proactive in talking to me about topics that we could teach here at school. So we will continue to use Deputy Hughes as a resource to help us to bring information to help keep children safe. So we'll continue to work with Deputy Hughes, and hopefully you all get a chance to meet her too. We did start a parent advisory committee earlier this school year, and we have had a couple meetings. We did have one canceled, and we postponed it till later in February. We're going to continue meeting monthly. One of the things that came out with the parent advisory committee is that there was a strong feeling by some people on the committee that they would like to see some homework given to children in the intermediate building. There is research that does support that homework does have a positive effect size on children who are in the upper grade levels. And when we have children in 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, that is getting to the range where a little bit of homework can be helpful for students. So between now and the end of the school year, you will notice if you have a 5th grade child that they will be bringing home some schoolwork, and we've talked about starting small and gradually building that through the end of the year to get them in that routine of doing that homework at night, bringing it home and bringing it back, the responsibility, and also that extra practice time. The key to homework is it does need to be practice of concepts that they already know how to do. So children should not be bringing home projects, anything that you will have to teach them. Hopefully your child will already have a pretty good understanding of what they're doing with the homework that they bring home. Of course, all children in the intermediate building have an assignment to read 20 minutes a night, 5 nights a week. It's 100 minutes a week. So generally we're looking at about 400 minutes a month. We love for children to read more than that, but research is very strong, showing that the number of words and the amount of vocabulary that children receive by reading has great benefits for their high school and college careers. Talking about reading, I do want to bring up very quickly the Restart Book Club that is just kind of getting on its way. We had 90 families sign up, which completely was very exciting to me to know that, or to see that 90 families signed up. So I want to thank you to everyone that signed up and are reading that book with your child. Also want to thank the people that were involved in getting that started, especially Katie Malley and Krista Kresblock, and also Danny Kramer and Sandy Fail. All four of them had a great, were involved in getting that started. Just mention real quick the keeping track. Many of you that have been to school have been able to experience this, where you come into school and we scan your driver's license. Just want to let you know, if you haven't been to school yet to visit, just to make sure that you do have your driver's license, because this is required for anyone entering the building. We scan all of our people that come into the building for any reason. People that come in to spray for bugs, anything like that, they all come through the office. They all scan their driver's license. So appreciate the understanding for that. Do want to mention to everyone, just to make sure everyone knows, that the 5th grade was able to attend the Old Creamery Theater on December 14th. They went to The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe. There was pretty significant cost there of about $1,500 for the bus ride and for the tickets for everyone to attend. So I wanted to thank the PTO and everyone who supports the PTO. The money that the PTO brings in does so many great things for our primary and intermediate buildings. So thank you to the PTO and everyone that supports the PTO. So just as a reminder about the PTO, we always are collecting box tops. Those box tops generally bring in a couple $1,000s every time we send them in. So please continue to clip those box tops and send them in with your children. They do have expiration dates, so send them in right away or as soon as you can. Hy-Vee receipts do also help us earn money for our school. And also, if there's any way that you can get involved in the SCRIP program, just buying a few gift cards to places that you already go and shop or purchase fuel, that really adds up too, and adds to to what the PTO can do for the primary and intermediate buildings. So thank you to everyone who has supported the PTO through those programs. Just real quick, the winter weather expectations. Generally, this is December through February. Have a feeling we might be going through March and April, the way it looks outside. Just make sure that your children bring snow boots, snow pants, hats, and gloves, because they will be playing outside anytime the weather is at 5 degrees or above, and that is based on wind chill. If they do not have that, they are not able to go outside and play. So please make sure that they have all their snow gear with them every day. I will send a winter weather expectation attachment to the email. And that's actually what I use with teachers to kind of give them what our expectations are. We have adjusted that from year to year, but I'll give you the most up-to-date expectations that we have. Just want to give people a quick update on makeup days. CPU does follow the hour state guidelines, that we do have a minimum amount of hours that we need to attend school. The district does schedule 180 days where 2 snow days are not made up. So we generally have tried to have 178 days in the calendar. As of now, we missed 7 days of school, which does bring us to June 6th as our last day of school. There always is a chance that could be changed, but that is a school board decision if they are going to make any changes to that. If there are any changes, that will be passed along to you as soon as possible. Want everyone to just have a wonderful February. Hopefully, as we turn this page in the calendar, the weather can cooperate a little bit more, and we can have children at school a little bit more often this month. So thank you for all your support. Hope you like the screencast, and have a great rest of the month.